Hey, so today I wanted to come to you. I am in Cancun, Mexico. So I landed 10 o'clock. It's 3:30 right now when I landed. And I just wanted to kind of come to you because I know we have our scheduled call every Thursday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. I like to make this call and kind of like come and share. Today it was actually kind of cool because I get to kind of demonstrate that, I really enjoy kind of helping you guys out as much as I possibly can, even if it's a little bit inconvenient to me. I was like just inside of the ocean. So like literally, so they have like there's at this resort, there's three pools. So it's like you walk into the lobby and then you see a pool right here. There's a pool over here, and there's like a pool over here, and then right outside of those three pools, almost feels like a crescent. There's a beach. So it's literally like the beach is like 5 feet from the pool, and you can go straight in the ocean. I opted into going into the ocean because for lack of better words, I feel like it's gonna be a little bit cleaner if I was being honest with you, because I knew I had to come and do like this call today and kind of like share stuff. So I wanted to get as clean as possible. I literally almost missed the appointment. I walked back up onto the shore to go and grab my phone and said there was 8 minutes before the 3:30 kind of time period started. So I was like, oh, gotta get going, gotta run. I actually have like the towel on and everything. But I really wanted to kind of like share this with you. So like how a mentorship student was able to go and get 4 clients from 2 partnerships using what we call our 6-figure partnership method. So the main thing about this, and even why I'm on this vacation right now in November. So every November, I've kind of deemed it with me and my team to be able to say like, hey, on November we either go and like if they're in like my immediate team, like for example, my CFO, my brother who does a lot of my appointment setting, et cetera, et cetera. We come and we like to like say, okay, so what are we going to be doing for the next year? Like, what are all the different ways we want to grow our business? Do we even want to grow the business? Do we want to keep it consistent? Do we want to make our business more passive? Do we want to drive in more passive income? Do we want to have more active income? Just like, what do we actually want? So, and out of that, what it leads us to do is, okay, cool. So these are like the things that make it easier for us to grow the business. Like, who are the things that make it harder for us to grow the business? And I always like to think of it as like more like chess, not checkers, right? Because like with checkers, it's very, in some cases, like if you're not really super advanced at it, it's a pretty beginner game, right? The pieces go one way, they go the other way. But in chess, you have all these different pieces that can all interchangeably move, and they have different patterns and different strategies you can use. And it's like about being strategic because oftentimes, like, the better you get when it comes to chess, the more moves you have to think ahead in order to keep your edge over your opponent, especially as you start going and go after like bigger and better challenges and better opponents. It's the same thing when it starts with your business. So the way that we like to grow this stuff, and I almost forgot to do this. If you're watching this thing live, go ahead and comment hashtag live. If I see there's like, I see right now there's 13 people, but if they want to actually like interact and stuff, then I'll then write hashtag live. I'll make it a little more interactive. I'll have some questions. I'll make sure you understand all the points I'm giving. If you're watching this thing on the replay, right, hashtag team replay, I'm actually going to send you either a recording of the training or I'll give you like a surprise that I kind of do for people who are like watching on the replay to kind of say, hey, thank you so much for supporting this thing. Now, why am I asking you to actually like comment this stuff? It's because on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever social media platform, engagement caused to be seen by more people. I'm not charging for information. I do come to you for anywhere between like 15 to like 25 minutes on these lives. So to kind of help me and say, hey, Bryce, I appreciate you taking the time to do this. Like, just hit that like button, that comment button, comment the stuff I'm asking you to comment so that we can share this thing with as many people as possible. Okay, because without you, I can't reach, like, we have 34,000 people inside this group. I can't reach all 34,000 unless I have your help and your support as well. So cool. And also, if you want to avoid a lot of mistakes that cause like most people to fail when growing their business, go ahead and click on the link inside the description, either above or below the video, depending where you're watching this, to book a call with myself or a member of my team to see if we can help support you inside of our mentorship program. So let's kind of dive into this thing. So 4 clients from 2 referral partners. Okay. So a lot of people, what happens is when they're starting out, they're trying to go directly to clients, right? Because most people, they're kind of like in this rush to kind of prove to themselves that the business works, right? And that makes total sense. I was there too. Like for me, I had like left my job and I was like, okay, I need to get clients as fast as possible, as fast as possible, as fast as possible. But as you kind of get more and more experience in the game, you start realizing that getting clients is an inevitability as long as you stay inside the game. The things that you need to be really careful of is when you do start getting clients, are you pricing it correctly? And are you setting up your marketing in a way that can keep getting more and more clients as your time gets lower and lower, right? Because think about it, as you start getting more and more clients, you don't have as much time to like network. and you don't have as much time to do marketing. So if your marketing strategy involves you having to go to network 24/7, or if it involves you having to dance on TikTok or make a million Facebook posts, it's just not going to be sustainable. So the way we kind of like to play chess is we go and get influential people, both in the local area and online, to start basically creating relationships with us. And these relationships don't take long. It's like a 15-minute call where you just introduce yourself, get your story out, have them tell you their story. If you need like a script, I can give you a script. Inside of my book, Six Figure Partnerships, so I'm gonna link it. Either if you comment 6FP, I'll give you a link to it. You can actually go check it out. But the short of the book is that it teaches you exactly from A to Z how to actually go and get these partners to want to do what are the types of partners that will work for you, right? Because some people just think, oh, I'm just gonna go and spam CPAs and they're gonna give me a bunch of leads, they're gonna give me a bunch of clients. That can work, but if you want to have an easier, lower competition way, inside the book, we tell you how to determine who is going to be that ideal partner for you. For me, for example, I actually had a lot of partners. Number one, that came out of my church. Number two, that came from my salsa dance classes. And then number three, that came from the art circuit. Because one of my hobbies is selling high ticket art pieces. I just really love doing that. I'm actually pretty good at it, to be surprised. Sales translates across industries, but that's for another story. I get a lot of referrals from there, right? Because a lot of people that buy art, they're generally people who own really nice sized businesses, right? Those are people that can afford to spend $8,000, $10,000, $12,000 on, for lack of better words, a creation of metal, right? So we sell these art sculptures of metal, and I don't do this all the time. We do about 6 shows a year, so six Saturdays out of the year. In the summertime, then I'll go and support that and just sell those pieces. But that's kind of a side tangent. But it comes from knowing who is that right one for you. So for example, I know for me, certain financial advisors just don't get along with I just don't speak their language. Credit repair people, I don't speak their language in some cases. Not saying that I don't take them on a client or mentorship program. It's just I've known that those have not been the easiest ones for me to get referrals. So I don't spend all my time going after financial advisors or credit repair people like I would the same way with art people or with people from my church, people from my dance class, right? So it's just different understanding of yourself. And this book actually helps you go and learn how to do that. Now, whenever you have that, okay, the next thing is going to be how do you actually get the people who you did the meeting with to actually, number one, trust you enough to actually give you clients. So it all starts with the partnership meeting. So first things first, you need to make sure you understand how to do an attractive character. Basically, what an attractive character is you breaking down the history of your life to show why you are the person who they should be sending leads to. Why are you trustworthy? How long have you been in the game for? Why did you get inside the game? How do you know you can actually do the work? How do you know that you can actually support their clients? What's in it for them? Why should they not just go with someone else, right? It's the same thing as what you do in your consultation call, but this is just for people who are not going to be paying you money. They're going to be referring your leads, right? So you have to make sure you understand that. Now, I have videos on my YouTube channel called The Attractive Character. If you want for me to send you a link to that, it's actually behind the scenes call with one of my students named Amira, and she basically was we were basically breaking out her attractive character and helping her really create a story that business owners really were attracted to and really resonated with, right? Because she didn't have a lot of experience. She was actually from the HR field. So she was actually entering the space and she needed to learn how to utilize her limited experience and be able to actually get people to want to work with us. So if you have, not very much experience, that video could be helpful for you. If you have a lot more experience, it'll still be helpful because I know a lot of people that are very accomplished, but they just can't really package and position. It's really called positioning themselves and their story in a way where people actually want to listen. You'd be so surprised. I have students in my mentorship program that have 25 years of bookkeeping experience that still have people saying oh, you don't have enough experience. It's crazy. It's when they join the program, we kind of break down why that is. So they don't have that anymore, but it's very common. So it's no matter what level of experience you have, if you don't know how to position yourself properly, you're always going to have that kind of thing kind of popping up and stopping you. So that's number one. Number two is once you start learning how to do that, next you have to learn how to do the consultation call with the client. So, and even before then, once you've done your presentation correctly, and I can always give you a presentation script if you're inside of our mentorship program, getting the partners to actually follow through, that is an art in itself. So there's a couple different ways to do it. I like to have it a 15-day follow-up cycle. Every 15 days, I want to touch base. So the first 15 is going to be some kind of thank you for meeting with me. I really appreciate it. This is kind of clients I'm working for. And then inside our program, we give you a document you can use, it's a one-pager business resume that gets them to remember who they can actually send to you and what's going to be the best quality lead for you. And then the second time, the second 15 days, it'll generally be like 30 days after your initial meeting. I like sending a monthly newsletter. Now, basically, you can like find this template on like Canva. Like I say, templates like you have to make up your own words for it. But just go on Canva and type like monthly newsletter. You can see it. If you want the exact one we use and we give our students, like just join our program. But if you want to go build it yourself and try and build it yourself, just go on Canva. Now, the reason why it's really cool is because you can do two things. Number one, you can send it via email. But number two, where I really like it, is you actually send it to your partners in the mail. Okay. It's very easy to kind of like get behind the computer and never come out. But when you can get as much like it's called, what is the word called? It's another word for like multiple senses. It's like multiple media, I believe it's called, or mixed media, where they can see you, they can touch your literature, they can, even if you go out to lunch with them, touch them, or you meet them in a network of it. Like if you can like use the power of the internet to go wide and spread like a huge brand, and then be able to use like old school media, like mailers, networking, or going to lunch to actually seal the deal, close, and faster. That actually I found works very well. Now it's optional to go and do anything in person. Like it's optional. I'm not saying you have to, and a lot of our students don't. But I just kind of found I kind of like it. There was a time where like in 2020, right, where we're all kind of inside of our house. When we're all kind of like inside of our house for a very very long time. So being able to go out and talk to people, do calls, phones, see them on outside of Zoom is actually pretty fun for me. Um, but that's the next thing, right? So really getting to know and like stay top of mind, because like in a lot of cases, like different partners have a different type of speed of return. You're going to have some partners who are on the same exact call you speak to them, they're going to send you 3 or 4 referrals. But you're also going to have some where like they might like take like a month, 3 months, or 6 months. You have to be able to have a strategy to be able to get them to keep remembering you over like 6 months to a year to 12 months. And by having the newsletter, it's actually very simple and very straightforward for you to do this. Again, like if you wanted that, we can just give it to you. I'm also having like some certain aspects of this inside of the book, right? So it tells you like what to say, how to do the call, how to make sure your price is like set up correctly so you don't undercharge, how to make sure like we even give you like how to go and build the lead list of potential partners so you can just like go really quickly. In that book, it's only $4.99 if you go and use the link that I'm going to put inside of the chat. So anyone who's inside of like my Facebook group or my YouTube channel, I actually give you guys like a special promo code, like $4.99. It's really because like if someone's serious, there's no excuses why you don't get the book, right? If I put it like $25, $30, like some people, they might not have the cash. Like I don't know everyone's situation sitting in front of me, right? Because I can't see you. But at $4.99, like a cup of like a Starbucks coffee, almost 99% of people watching this should be able to get it if they were serious about actually going and getting these partnerships to actually go make money. Now, the next thing is really just closing the deal on the clients, right? So like you have to make sure that number one, you have your prices set correctly. I always encourage beginners to charge between $500 to $5,000 per month per client. Now, someone asked me the other day when I was on a consultation call, he hadn't watched any of my videos, he just kind of like found his way to a call, right? And he's like, man, $500, $5,000 per month, like a mom and pop's not going to pay me $500 a month. It's like, yeah, I understand that, right? It's all about client selection, number one, understanding that not every single person that you come in contact with is going to be a potential client. Like I know it's kind of weird, it's like it's okay to turn people down because like maybe they're just not large enough, right? It's like, for example, one time I was inside of this place, and they were like a local, can't remember exactly what it was. It was like a local, for lack of better words, they were like selling kind of like knickknacks and stuff. Oh, give me one sec. Well, one sec, my camera kind of stopped. Yeah, they were selling like knickknacks, and when I tried to like present like what I was trying to do and like really help them grow their business, they were like, yeah, like we have like someone, I just give him like a shoebox in the year. He does my taxes. And that's really all we need. We're not really trying to grow. I kind of have an understanding of like my profit margins and all the different things that kind of evolve. So if you grow, we grow. If you don't, that's even better because then you don't have to like worry about new staff. It's just like it didn't make any sense to me. And like, there's certain people where it's like they're kind of a business, but they're not really a business, right? That's what a mom and pop shop in general is. It's just like, mom and pop just really having fun, enjoying being together. They make some, good money in some cases, right? But generally it's like it's kind of more of a mindset than like a place where they're. But so yeah, they probably won't pay you $5,000 a month. I'm not saying they will. Not every person's going to do that. But we are using the law of averages marketing and developing the right partnerships so we have a better chance of being in front of the people that actually can afford and are willing to pay, right? It's all about being willing and able, okay? Willing, because that means yes, they're going to pay it. Able means that they actually do, right? There's a lot of people that are like willing to pay you a lot of money, but they're just not able to. And there are a lot of people that are able to, but they're just not willing to, right? So you have to get that lucky combination in between both. And the skill set is learning how to keep multiplying it over and over and over again and making sure that we price our services correctly. So when you are in front of the right person who can afford to pay you the money, you maximize, and capitalize on the opportunity that's sitting in front of you, right? Because if your goal, let's say your goal is just to make like, we'll say like 10K per month. At minimum, if you just charge $500 per month, that's gonna be 20 clients. But I'm assuming you're not just gonna be like the minimum, right? I mean, you're gonna be getting clients for like 1,000, maybe $2,000 a month, and that lowers the amount of people you need to speak to, right? So it allows you to be more selective. It allows you to be able to work with the clients you actually want to work with. It allows you to be able to do the work that you actually like doing, right? So you don't have to just do work that you don't want to just so you can say you get a client, right? Just makes everything very, very easy and very simple. And then you have choice, right? Because one thing that really goes along with pricing the right amount of money is having the confidence to be able to not care whether or not someone buys from you. And when you have these partners that are sending the leads, it makes it so much higher leverage on your side because you don't really have to care whether they buy because it's just like, oh, sorry, I'll just tell the partner I just couldn't help that person, it just wasn't a good fit. And the partner's like, okay, cool, I understand. Thanks for even talking to them. I really appreciate you. And you just have this endless stream. And then all you have to do is just focus on getting, between 5 to 10 partners who send you between 1 to 2 consultation calls in the span of like a year, right? So if you have 10 times 2, that's about 20 consultation calls over the span of a year. Now, if you're any good at sales and you're closing in between like 25 to like 60%, that's going to be a really good amount of clients. It's automatically 10 clients, right? And then you just keep expanding, keep expanding, keep expanding. Okay, so hopefully you understand and hopefully you learn something new. I know it wasn't very tactful, like, hey, say this, say that, say this. It wasn't. That's not what this video was meant to be about. This video was meant to be about what are you actually trying to do? What is the easiest way to kind of reach your goal? And then what is the best way to go get to 6 figures? Okay, so I would rewatch this. I know, it might not have been tactical, it might not have been say, hey, say this, say this, say this, but this is how you think. This is how you make sure that you actually can go and reach your goals in a much faster period of time. Rather than kind of spinning your wheels going after one client, takes you 6 months to land your first client, then, for most people, like if they're doing on their own, they kind of like stop taking on clients so they can make sure they do a really good job with this client. Inevitably, they lose this client, or inevitably, it takes them 6 months to feel confident enough to go after the second client. Now, when they go after the second client, in some cases, like they'll get 2 clients, but in most cases, you're gonna lose your first client. It's just not gonna be the best fit. I'm just being honest with you. You're gonna lose that first client, right? But if instead you have a way that when you get your first client, because from a partner, now you're gonna get 2, 3, 4, 5 clients because through those partnerships, it's about these waves, these waves, these waves. So it's like the partner might not send you anything, all of a sudden you get 3 or 4 referrals. Then they might not send you anything, they get 3 or 4 referrals, right? So every single time you get a client, you're gonna get multiple clients. So again, it's way easier over the long haul because you don't have to do as much marketing and it's much faster to get to your goals. So if you want to learn more about how to do this, there's 2 main things you can do. Number 1, if you want to go and get this and maybe you're just not quite ready to join my program, I understand. Like in some cases, like maybe it could be a budgetary thing, or maybe just don't like trust me. It's all good. It's all good. You just met me on the internet. I'll be honest with you. You can go and get my book. Again, it's $4.99. I'll put a link down in the comments below, or if you want, just type in 6FP inside the comment section, 6FP, and I'll actually send it to you. I'll send you a link to it. You can go like pick it up. Again, it's like $4.99. So almost everyone watching this can and should go and get a copy of this. And also, if you want to go and like the book is great, right? It's going to give you what you need to go and get started, right? But what I kind of learned is that it's not just information. You're not just missing information that's causing you not to like succeed. A lot of people know kind of what they should do. It's just how to actually implement it and getting that feedback with when you're actually doing something, are you doing it right? And if you're not doing it right, what are the tweaks and changes you need to make in order to go and make sure you do go and get the results? That's why we have the mentorship program, okay? It's not just about me just revealing these magical, like informative tips. Like in some cases, I'm going to be giving you stuff that you don't know. Like I'll be completely honest with you. Like there's some stuff that's going to be in there that you probably have not known about, or you probably have never seen before. But the place where you're going to get the most value is having me speaking into your situation to be able to tell, okay, we've seen this before. This is what happened to me. This is what happened to the other 287 students when they're in your position. Here's how they got past this. Here's how they thought. Here's how they moved. Here's what happened. Here's what to expect. So you know exactly what to expect. So you move through with confidence. And when you move through with confidence, you're able to get people to actually want to sign up and work with you for higher than average amounts of money, right? If you come across very like timid, they're not going to want to work with you. But if you know what to expect, you can predict the future, you can tell them what all the different problems are going on in their life, they believe you, they trust you, and they want to work with you, and they're willing to pay you exactly what you're worth. So if you want to learn how to do that, go ahead and click on the link inside the description, either above or below the video, to book a call with myself or a member of my team to see if we can help you inside of our private mentorship program, okay? Again, it's not for everybody. Number one, we don't have capacity to kind of support everybody. This is a mentorship program. It's a little bit smaller. I'll admit that. Like, I'm not going to be like the program that has like 20,000 people in at one time. I'm okay with that. I kind of made the conscious decision to work with a small number of people in a very deep and meaningful way to make sure that we can drive accurate change and actual meaningful change inside of your life, so I can have friends for the rest of my life. So when I want to go and build more real estate, when I want to go and do other things, I have the support of those people because I help them get started and I help them go and reach 6 figures in their business, okay? That's why we do the mentorship program. It's not just about making money. It's about actually helping you out. So if you want to get a part of that, if you want to go and join us, if you want to be able to go and reach your goals in the fastest time period, go ahead and click on the link inside the description, either above or below the video. Book a call with myself, a member of my team. I will see you on the call. Take it easy. Talk to you soon. Have a good one. I'm going to go back to the beach. I'm going to go swim for another 2 hours. See you guys.